Why do we take loans so easily? Modern society practically encourages us to take loans. They are used for purchasing electronics, cars, real estate, travel, education, and even for small, everyday purchases. On one hand, loans have become normalized, but why do we resort to them so readily? Reason 1: consumer culture and social media pressure. Living in a world where advertisements and social media constantly showcase an ideal life where everything shines with perfection is not easy. Every day, we see new phones, luxurious trips, and stylish interiors marketed as essential. This creates a feeling that happiness requires the latest technology, fashionable clothes, travel, and a large home. And when we lack the funds, loans appear to be an easy way to fulfill these desires. Social media reinforces the feeling of needing to meet certain standards. They create an illusion that everyone else already has this, which heightens our desire to acquire similar things without waiting until we have our own funds. Reason 2: the psychology of instant gratification. Psychologists have long determined that the ability to delay gratification is an important skill that requires self-control and endurance. In life, we often choose the path of least resistance, and loans offer us instant satisfaction. Whether it's a new phone, a television, or even a vacation, a loan allows us to get what we want right here and now, without extra effort. Our brain responds positively to this because when we get what we desire, it releases happiness hormones that enhance our sense of satisfaction. This reward can turn into an addiction if we constantly seek instant gratification. Gradually, a person loses the ability to plan and save for big purchases, preferring loans instead. Reason 3: overestimating our financial capabilities. We often believe we control our finances and can easily repay debts. However, our perception is often distorted by cognitive biases. We tend to think, it's just a few payments, I can handle it, but we forget to account for unforeseen expenses, rising prices, interest rate increases, or other risks. This overconfidence leads us to agree to terms we aren't actually prepared for, resulting in debt accumulation that becomes increasingly hard to manage over time. Reason 4: the desire to live large. For many, it's important to appear successful, independent, and to demonstrate a high standard of living. This desire can sometimes overshadow actual financial means. People aim to update their gadgets, buy new cars, wear fashionable clothing, and live in beautiful apartments, often for the impression they want to make on others. Social networks create an illusion that everyone around us is living large, that others have much more than we do, which breeds internal dissatisfaction. This comparison triggers a desire to buy things that do not necessarily meet our real needs. We spend money on loans to align with the ideals imposed by society, which in the long run leads to significant financial issues. Debts and their impact on psychological health. The problem of debt extends far beyond financial instability, as it also affects our emotional state. Constant stress from loan payments, feelings of hopelessness, and even shame about our financial behavior can lead to serious psychological issues. Debt can cause anxiety, depression, insomnia, and even physical ailments like headaches, high blood pressure, and flare-ups of chronic illnesses. When debts become substantial, they begin to feel like a heavy burden that suppresses and consumes all thoughts. A person may start avoiding contacts with creditors, receiving calls and warnings, which only worsens the situation. Feelings of helplessness and fear of non-payment can become a source of constant emotional tension, leading to aggravated psychological problems. How to avoid the debt trap: practical tips. There are several strategies to help maintain financial stability and protect yourself from unnecessary debt obligations. Set realistic financial goals. Before buying something on credit, carefully consider whether the purchase is necessary or if it can be postponed. A realistic approach helps to avoid excessive strain on the budget. Learn to delay gratification. Saving up for big purchases and accumulating funds allows you to avoid loans. The ability to wait and buy with your own money provides a sense of control and financial independence. Plan your budget and control expenses. Regular planning helps you track all income and expenses, understand where the money goes, avoid unnecessary purchases, and keep finances under control. Assess your capabilities realistically. Before taking a new loan, ensure that you will be able to repay it. Consider other expenses and possible unforeseen circumstances. Reduce the number of loans. If you already have several loans, try to pay them off one by one and avoid taking new ones. If possible, seek assistance from a financial advisor for debt restructuring. Practice financial discipline. Learn to avoid impulsive purchases that often lead to debt obligations. Plan large purchases in advance and stick to your budget. Focus on long-term goals. When you are oriented towards long-term goals, you become less susceptible to short-term pleasures in the form of loans. Understanding that financial independence is a long journey, not an instant result, helps avoid unnecessary debt obligations. Debt is not only a financial but also a psychological issue that significantly impacts the quality of life. When we overestimate our abilities, we give in to momentary desires, and live in a world where loans have become the norm. We risk falling into a credit trap. However, by understanding the psychological reasons leading to debt and following practical advice, we can maintain financial stability and avoid debt obligations. Remember, financial literacy is a powerful tool that will help you avoid debt traps, maintain inner peace, and become more independent. Share your thoughts in the comments. What is your attitude towards loans? Have you had moments in your life when you had to struggle with debt? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more interesting psychology videos.